Today, Baba is telling us the method to claim a high status. So, we are all here sitting with the aim to claim a high status because Baba has already told us that when we belong to Baba, we will go to the new world. The new world is Baba's inheritance. So, as soon as I become a child, Baba's child, as soon as I recognize Baba, as soon as my heart belongs to Baba, then I become someone who has a right to the inheritance that Baba is giving. But what are we doing then? We have recognized Baba, we love Baba, we remember Baba, but then why are we making so much effort? So the simple reason is we want to have a high status in the new world. And Baba tells us the secret to having that high status. So Baba today tells us that we have to come out of the trap of attachment of bodily beings and bodily relationships. And Baba says that you have been taking a lot of sorrow from these relationships. Yes, so, and it is very interesting that, the soul who is inherently knowledgeful, the soul who is designed to be wise, that soul takes sorrow in bodily relationships and doesn't leave those, doesn't want to break free of them. Yes, and every soul is experiencing sorrow, but still we keep running after those bodily relationships and do not make an effort to break free of that trap of attachment. And why? Because in this world, in Kali Yuga, habit drives us, not the intellect. So if you look at how the world is operating today, everybody is doing what they have always done. They are not thinking and doing. They are not reflecting. Nobody has a moment to think about why they are doing what they are doing, or whether it is benefiting them or not benefiting them. So, Baba, when he comes, Baba awakens our conscience, Baba awakens our intellect. And it is only when Baba comes that we start thinking about why we are doing what we are doing. For example, if somebody is just being lazy, then they find happiness in being lazy. But actually that laziness is costing them. It is costing them their health, their efficiency, their specialities. By not using any of those things, they are losing out on them eventually. But until Baba comes, and Baba is called the restorer of the intellect. So until Baba comes and restores our intellect is not functional. It is like redundant, because the law of the intellect is if you don't use it, then it becomes redundant. It loses functionality. So the intellect, which has the capacity to discern and decide, because we have not been using the intellect, we have just been, seeing what people are doing and listening to other people's opinions and dictates and just following whatever. So what Baba says, parmat. So, whatever other people have dictated, whatever we have seen other people doing, whatever we have seen, how society operates or how other people are living, we just keep doing that. And that becomes then a personal habit. So first, you see it in others. First other people are telling you what to do, how to do, and then you start doing it, and then it becomes your habit, your pattern, your sanskar. And then you are just thinking, feeling, doing everything out of habit. And now Baba tells us that just look closely how much sorrow you are taking in relationships. Because you see, no relationship can give you, if you are an empty soul, then, so from the copper age, what is the logic of relationships? So you ask anybody, I have done this in many seminars, in many classes, all the people who come for the first time, I ask them, why do you have a relationship, or what is the purpose of a relationship? And everybody is saying that the relationship is supposed to give them what they are seeking. Yes, now you see, the very expectation that a person can give you what you're seeking is the source of sorrow. Because nobody can give you what you're seeking, nobody has it. Every soul is different. Every soul is special, every soul is important, every soul is unique, every soul has specialities, but they are not designed to, to compensate for your vacuum, or your emptiness. They are not sent here to fill you with what you need. And you see, everybody is moving around with that idea that a relationship is supposed to give me what I'm seeking or needing. Now, you see, when a child is born, then the parents think that this child is going to give me what I need. This child is going to behave the way I want. This child is to become the person I want. This child is going to fulfill my dreams. But has the child come for that? No, the child has not come for that. The child has come, that's a soul, and a soul has its own recording. A soul is here to play its own part. Baba always mentions in the Murli that Baba is the parent, and we are all brothers to each other. And brothers don't give brothers inheritance. So, no relationship is here to give us what we are seeking or what we need. But somewhere in the copper age, we started having this idea because that's how other people told us. And then we started living with this idea that relationships will give us love and happiness, and they will behave the way we want, they will be the person we want to be with, they will they will be complementary, they will be the other half, better half, fulfilling you. And then what happens is that expectation becomes the source of sorrow. And we take sorrow at every point. For example, just take the simple idea that a relationship is permanent and somebody will live with me forever. And yesterday I was talking to one brother, and it was strange because usually sisters say this, but there was one brother, and he told me, my biggest fear is that I shouldn't lose my wife. So I said, so do you plan to die together? So then he said, no, I don't know, but I just don't want to lose her. So I said, but do you know that you will not die together? So he said, maybe. So I said, yes, you can hope for that, but still, it's very improbable. So if you look at the probability scale, it is very improbable. So obviously, one will leave the other. So he said, but that's my biggest fear, and I'm every day afraid of that fact. So I said, then you are living your life in misery, not in love. So you see, there are so many. So just fear of losing someone, or this hope that I should always be with someone, or this expectation that somebody is going to give me what I'm seeking, all of this is such a source of sorrow. And just, I don't know how much you have calculated, but if you look at one day and just keep a tab on how much sorrow you take in relationships, it is huge. So, every expression, every behavior, every conduct, every word, everything. And then, sometimes there is also something that they do according to you, and then that illusion gets maintained. So, Maya is called, do you know the literal translation of Maya is illusion? So Maya keeps you in a delusional state. So, sometimes they will do something which is according to your expectation, or which makes you feel like, this is the one person, and then that illusion will continue. But actually, we are always taking sorrow from relationships. And Baba says this is a trap, the trap of attachment of bodily relations. And you need a very fine intellect to see that, because, our intellect is very rusted. So, I have experienced that when I have very good Amrit Vela for a long, long time, I can see everything very clearly. And then there are phases when, I'm not that much, in yoga with Baba. So I'm sitting in Amrit Vela, but that bulb is not lighting. So, or there is not that very nice yoga. And then, there is what I could feel, could understand. I don't realize that anymore. So it's like a cloud that comes and shrouds your intellect, and suddenly, the intellect is the eye of the soul. So the eye of the soul, which could see very clearly the truth that Baba shows us in the Murli, that truth gets blurred and you can't see it. And then again, when you again go back to that very good state, when you are filled with power and knowledge and virtues from Baba, then you can again see what Baba is saying, and you can see it very clearly. And then you wonder, what happened to me last week? So why couldn't I see it that clearly? So this is what happens. And Baba tells us the truth, and the truth is only, you can only see the truth with a refined intellect. And only when you have very good yoga with Baba, you will be able to see what is what. And I have also experienced that, Baba always tells us the difference between wasting and making worthwhile. So, whatever body, mind, wealth is going to waste when you are in body consciousness, and then whatever is being made fruitful or used in a worthwhile way when you are in remembrance of Baba. And then, that clarity will only emerge when you are in a very good yoga with Baba. Otherwise, what you understand as wasteful will not feel wasteful. It will feel very productive. Wasting your time will feel very productive. It will feel like, it relaxed you, it entertained you, and whatnot. So, Baba, Baba tells us these truths. And today, Baba is telling us that this body consciousness and the attachment of bodily relations is a trap, but you will only be able to be in the awareness of it if you are in very good yoga with Baba, if you are in soul consciousness. And then you can see how in the seesaw of feeling temporary happiness and sorrow and happiness and sorrow, you are wasting all your Sangam Yugi time. So what are you doing? You are just you are sitting on this seesaw where somebody is, you are feeling happiness for some time, and then they are not behaving according to you, then you are feeling sorrow. And in that seesaw, you are sitting all day, wasting your whole Sangam Yuga time. What are you doing? When Sangam Yuga is the time to create your fortune, what is it that you are using it for? And Baba says, when you realize this, and any realization, it has to be revised again and again and again. You have to, even if there is a realization, what is more important is the awareness of that realization. And awareness doesn't come naturally. Awareness has to be cultivated. Over and over again, you have to again and again go back to your realization and then choose what Baba says. So Baba says, just choose to remember me now. Choose to be in my company. Choose to fill yourself with the attainments that I'm giving you. Don't waste your time and thought in this trap of bodily relationships. So just fill yourself with what I'm giving you. Don't lose the time of this confluence age, which is here to fill yourself with the treasures that I'm giving you. This time is here to serve everybody and create the fortune. So use your time, thought, energy, body, mind, wealth according to my directions. And leave this trap of body consciousness. And you can, a soul is very powerful. You can do whatever you want, and but that will is generated when you really churn on knowledge and remember Baba. And then do you understand that it is a trap of 63 births? So it will not require weak will, it will require a very strong will to come out of that trap. And you have to make effort. Baba uses this word today, effort. And you have to make really good effort to come out of this trap of bodily relationships. Otherwise, we are all here, we are every day listening to Murli, and then everything that you're listening will translate into repentance in the final moments. Because all you will think is that, I didn't do what I could have done. How many regrets do you have in life? Yes, so many. And then you don't want to have this regret also. And so in order that, we are happy in the final moments, that I understood the right thing at the right time and I did what I had to do, you just break this trap of body consciousness, break this trap of attachment, recognize this trap, make that effort, have yoga power, choose to remember Baba, choose to think about Baba, don't choose to think about bodily relationships, and slowly this trap will be broken. And that is how we will have a high status in the new world. And then today, Baba tells us that nobody in the world knows that you can earn through remembrance. Yes. So if you ask somebody 10 methods to earn, I'm 100% sure remembrance won't be one of them. So, yes, so Baba says you can earn through remembrance. And you not just, it's not that, you earn only that which is invisible and subtle. You earn everything through remembrance. So Baba says that when you go to the world, when you go to the new world, in that new world, there will be health, there will be wealth, there will be good relationships, and there will be happiness. And you can earn all of that through remembrance. So Baba says that, just like when you put a 0 after 1, then it becomes a 10. Now you see, 0 is a 0. 0 has no value on its own. But when you put it against 1, it makes that 1 10. And then you put another 0, it makes it 100. So Baba says remembrance is like that. It looks like a 0, becoming a point, remembering a point, but it is making you very wealthy. So Baba says just become aware. Just like, awareness is everything. So when you go to office, you work, so you may receive your salary at the end of the month, but you are in awareness that, today's work made me earn 1,000 rupees. So you are in awareness of that. You have not received it, but that awareness that this day's work is giving me this much of money is what makes you motivated for work. So Baba says this remembrance and this earning through remembrance will bear fruit when you go to the new world. You will receive that salary there, that scholarship there. But every day earn this, earn this treasure of remembrance, or accumulate your earnings through this process of remembrance, and stay in the awareness of how much you earn today, and stay in the happiness that you're going to get all of this in the new world. So Baba says, just know that this remembrance is something that is giving you thousandfold, earnings and interest. So just see, when somebody gives somebody a loan, and then they know that, today I'm giving it, but tomorrow when it comes back to me, it is going to come multiplied. Then just think about the happiness of that person. And here Baba tells us that every second you spend in remembrance of Baba, every thought you spend or invest in remembrance of Baba, it is going to come back to you, multiplied millions of times. And Baba says, just hold this truth in your awareness, this calculation in your awareness, and remember Baba, and accumulate that earning that you can through remembrance. So that is why, Baba always says, keep a chart of remembrance. And, in the world, people keep a chart of their money, credit and debit. And people know the value of money. But Baba says that you children should know the value of this earning of remembrance. You should value the second and the thought that are the treasures of this confluence age. And you should keep a chart of how much you spend every second and every thought in accumulating an income, and how much of it did you waste today. So this is one fact that only we children know. But the first point is very important. If you are in a trap, you are not a chooser, you are a slave. Yes, anybody who is in a trap of whether, money or bodily relations, or, name, fame, ego, anybody who is in a trap of any of these things, they are slaves. They cannot choose to accumulate that income of remembrance. That is why, sometimes, it makes, I wonder why Baba revises this point of remembrance every day. So every day Baba is telling us, remember me, remember me, remember me. And Baba is the wisest. So of course, this is something that we are not doing. That's why Baba revises it so much. Because there are other points in the Murli which we pay attention to. For example, Baba says, don't see somebody's weaknesses. We pay attention to that. But Baba says, remember me. And for years together, we hear that and don't remember Baba. So we don't maintain a chart. It doesn't sit in our intellect. And it's, after, so even this, this sitting in the intellect, that remembrance is the highest income, and that I have to be focused on this one aspect, this one concern, that today my chart of remembrance has to be the best. That sits in the intellect a long time after your journey, because it takes a long time for the locks on the intellects to open. And until then we keep understanding other points of the Murli, and we keep doing that, and then we keep accumulating little by little, and then slowly that account of accumulation gets more and more, and then that lock breaks, and then you start understanding, why am I doing all of that stuff? Let me first remember Baba. And when you remember Baba, you automatically become virtuous, you automatically become powerful. I remember when I came to Baba, of course, I didn't pay attention to remembering Baba. And then I used to do a lot of, struggle in doing seva. So I was very concerned about seva, because I understood that seva is important. And then I used to put in a lot of effort to accumulate the account of punya through seva. But then slowly, gradually, I realized that I don't need to put in that much effort. And I just need to be in Baba's remembrance. And then when I started being in remembrance, seva happened automatically. And then I used to laugh at myself that how much effort I put into something which was just a byproduct of remembrance. And even when we are struggling to imbibe a virtue, or we are struggling to have a certain power, then if you just work on that virtue or power, it is very difficult. Always trying to just, this virtue of talking less. Try it and try it, and every time you're failing and every time you're getting disappointed. And then suddenly you understand when that lock on the intellect opens, and you understand that if you remember Baba, all the virtues will come to you. And then you start remembering Baba, and then everything starts happening automatically. Automatically, your tone changes. Automatically, you speak less. You speak softly. You speak what is necessary. And that happens as a byproduct of remembrance. So, Baba says remembrance is the ultimate earning, the ultimate income. And today, Baba says, in order to become an unlimited renunciate. So, Baba has always said that, if you are making spiritual effort, but you are not an unlimited renunciate, that means your intellect is not, your intellect is still attached to the old world, then it is like, you are rowing a boat without lifting the anchor, and you are tiring yourself rowing the boat, but because the anchor is not lifted, the boat is not moving at all. So all night you rowed the boat and you reached nowhere. So making spiritual effort without unlimited disinterest, without this, this stage where your heart is not attached to anything of the old world, is a waste. So Baba today tells us the secret to how to have unlimited disinterest. And Baba tells us that the simple method is just realize Baba is my world. Yes, don't try to cut off from anybody. Just develop this realization that I am a soul and Baba is my world. And in a world, there are people and attainments. And Baba is the one who gives me the love of all relationships. Just sit and feel that love, feel that, attainment of all relationships. You want the security of a relationship, you want the love, you want the non-judgmental acceptance, you want, cooperation, you want companionship, you want support, you want guidance, you want healing. Everything that you have been looking for in people for so long, everything comes from Baba. But, you have to sit with Baba and experience all of that. When you sit with Baba as the parent, when you sit with Baba as the teacher, as the Satguru, just feel Baba's hand of blessing on your head. Just spend some time and thought doing that. Just feel the friend that Baba is always there. Whenever you are in need, Baba is there. Feel the healing that Baba, the supreme healer, is giving you. Just take that healing and finish your illness of 63 births. So Baba says, if you just, develop this relationship with me, and Baba is the source of all attainments. Baba is the source of peace, knowledge, purity, love, joy, everything. And Baba says, just sit with me and fill yourself with all attainments. And when you do that, Baba says, you will automatically not feel the need to leave anyone or not feel the need to run away. You will be with everybody and still you will be, detached. And you will see everyone, see everything, but it will be like you don't see anyone or anything. You will just live in that, in that relationship, in that beautiful relationship, beautiful companionship of Baba. So Baba says this is the way to have unlimited disinterest. So don't work, don't make effort to push away people, don't make effort to run away from people, don't make any effort to be detached and lose interest in anybody, but just develop all relationships with Baba. Come to the realization that Baba is my world, and automatically you will see and not see. Be there but not feel a thing. You will not feel any emotion, any negative emotion. All you will feel is peace and love and light all day. Okay? Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Today I would like to share my some attitudes or beliefs which I carry with myself since childhood, and because I was the eldest among children at home, and I was kept with very strictness and discipline, and when sometimes I didn't want to study, my parents left and asked me to focus on it. Then, same day, I felt over. It is over. It is packed up since 2 3 years itself. And I always had this belief that I am very special and no one may be able to understand. And but someone is there always. I don't know who is that, and I always had that strong feeling with me.
Correct.
And that search made me come here. And I don't know why I am doing all this. And just it is love.
Yes, yes, yes. And Baba says love begets love. So Baba's love makes your heart full with love. And then love makes everything easy, everything natural, You don't feel that you're making any effort. Okay. Thank you, Om Shanti. Yes.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Reading Baba today gives the formula of breaking Maya's traps of attachment to the old relationship. So formula is choose to be with Baba and choose to be in his remembrance.
Yes.
And in today's slogan, it says, in order to experience powerful stage, keep the balance of being in solitude and being entertaining. So in today's Murli, Didi, you gave a very beautiful analogy that while we are with people, we just try to remain cut off from everyone. And while we are being in solitude, we just keep on thinking about the relationship and whatever, of the bodily beings. So here it says to keep the balance between both.
Yes. So when you are in relationships, be there, engage with them, be that, have the happiness of that relationship. And when you are in solitude, we be with Baba. And that will create a powerful stage. Okay. Om Shanti.